Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be your weekly energy reading where I'll basically be giving you guidance for the upcoming week, and I already pulled cards just to save time. So the first card that comes out is the Emperor in reverse. I feel like a lot of you, and this has been a reoccurring theme in my weeklies, is this lack of self-discipline. A lot of you are wanting to start a new habit, or you're wanting to remove yourself from old habits, but you're having a hard time staying disciplined. And with the Ace of Pentacles being here along with the Nine of Swords, I feel like it's like this reoccurring pattern of, okay, I'm going to do better this week, and then you don't stay disciplined, and then you're disappointed in yourself, and then you try again, and then you're disappointed in yourself. So there's no need to beat yourself up over that, because I think that that's very normal for people who are trying to build new habits. It is very difficult, especially when you are kind of like a slave to your emotions, meaning that when you don't want to do something, you follow that. Like when you'd rather go do something fun rather than work, you go and you follow that. It's like being a slave to your emotions, being a slave to the pleasures of life rather than understanding the importance of being disciplined and holding off on the pleasure in order for you to have long-term success. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to need to really use all of your willpower, like gather up all of your willpower in order for you to start this new habit. I did tweet that if you start a new habit and you do it every single day, then it'll be automatic in 66 days. So that would be in like April, like towards the end of April. If you were to start a new habit today and you were to just continue it for those 66 days, on that 66th day, it will actually be automatic to you. It wouldn't be a problem anymore. It wouldn't be like something you have to force yourself to do. For example, for those of you who drive, it's like when you're driving a car, when you first learn, you're so stressed out and you're so like focused on the road, and it's like so much energy and concentration that has to be put into it. And then after a while, when you're driving, it's like you're barely paying attention. Like you get home from work and you're like, oh, I don't even remember the drive home, but somehow you got home. It's your subconscious mind taking over, because once you do something over and over repetitively, your subconscious mind then starts to take over, and you can do it without even thinking about it. So you just really have to push through those first 66 days and use all of your willpower to get through those days, and then you'll never have to worry about working hard, quote unquote, again, because it will be something that's automatic. Also, for some of you, I feel like past failure can be on your mind, and that's why you're having a hard time taking action forward. It's like when we failed at something that we really wanted, it can kind of make us feel defeated, and it can make us feel very fearful in terms of now getting up and gathering up the strength and the courage to go towards something else that we want. And again, the only way to really break through that is willpower. There's really no shortcut. There's really no advice that I can really give that can, cause you to finally get up and go. It's something that you have to just really focus on, and really just try your hardest at. What I will say is that when it comes to willpower, removing obstacles is always going to be beneficial to you. So if you're trying to break the habit of being on your phone too much, obviously putting your phone in another room will be helpful to you rather than your phone being right there at your disposal. Sometimes you have to have, like I said, those barriers. So let's say you're trying to not eat junk food anymore. The best thing you would do is to remove all junk food from your house, so it'll be more difficult for you to obtain it. So yeah, just take that into consideration. Create barriers for yourself so you won't be tempted to fall back into old patterns or into old ways. Also this week, some of you could be kind of struggling with a past situation where you were rejected in some way. I feel like this could possibly be a emotional week for you. Like some of you, sorry, I'm just waiting for the message to come through. Some of you, because it's Nine of Swords energy, it's like I'm picking up something from this. I'm trying to figure out what the energy is that I'm picking up. I feel like some of you, it's like you were getting past something and you felt like you were getting past it in a way that was healthy, or you felt like you were like on your way to being over it, and then suddenly it hit you. And I feel like it has something to do with like past rejection of some sort that could be hitting you this week. I'm gonna pull one more for that. Because the Ace of Pentacles would be like an offer that's not made. So it could have been like a job rejection, relationship rejection. I don't think this is something that's happening this week. I think this is something that already happened, and your energy is just like it's like it's coming up again. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. The Lover's card in reverse. So this is about a romantic relationship for a lot of you. You could have it on your mind this week. It could be kind of overpowering your thoughts. I think that it's coming up in order to be cleared. I know that Pisces season is upon us, so, you know, Pisces season is that season where we start to think back to past situations, and it's like the emotional clearing or the emotional purging process starts to happen, because there could be some feelings that are still kind of suppressed and that need to come up in order to be fully released. So that could be happening, and it could be a bit confusing for you, especially for those of you who you feel like you thought you really got over this, or you thought you were on track to getting over this, but then it's like it comes up again. But just allow it to come up, because when it comes up, then it can be released. Just make sure you don't do anything destructive when it comes up. Like, don't try to reach out to the person, or don't go and look at the person's social media, or like try your best to take care of yourself and make wise decisions when it comes to being triggered, the Queen of Swords, because I was asking my deck like what it is that you can do in order to kind of combat this energy. So the Queen of Swords talks about being more logical and being in control of your thoughts. So it's okay for the feelings to come back up, or it's okay for you to feel the feelings, but make sure you are being wise and make sure you're being logical about the way that you handle your feelings, and try your best to get a grasp on your thoughts. That doesn't mean that you have to suppress your thoughts or try to force them away, but make sure that you're not allowing them to spiral into something that you can't control, you know? Try to keep yourself as uplifted and positive as possible. So the Page of Wands is also here. I feel like the Page of Wands has come up in the past 2 weekly readings, I think. A lot of you are just really needing some type of playful or joyful energy in your life. I feel like it's just been a lot of serious energy circulating, and a lot of people are just not enjoying life. So I feel like some of you are needing to go out and enjoy yourselves in some way. Like, you're needing this playful energy. If you have kids, spending more time with your kids, or if you have like nieces and nephews or cousins, or even like your friends' children, it's like you could spend time with kids this week. Can be very positive for you, because I feel like you need that playful childlike energy around you. Some of you are needing to take part in some sort of creative endeavor, and I've said this in past weekly readings as well. For those of you who are artists, you're needing to focus on your craft. For those of you who aren't artists, you're needing to do something creative, and make sure that you're making that a priority, because that's very important when it comes to relieving stress, or even relieving pain from the past. Sometimes being creative and having some sort of creative outlet can help you to purge that energy. Also, some of you could be taking on something new this week, or starting a new journey this week, like starting a new job, or possibly starting class, or something new that you are starting this week that you could be very excited about. And let me pull one more for that. I think there's definitely a need for you to, I feel like the messages about staying disciplined really applies to those of you who are starting something new this week. So like I said, if you're starting like a new job, or like a new something, school, class, something, you're needing to be very organized and disciplined this week in order for things to run smoothly. Because there's nothing like being excited about something and then starting to become overwhelmed by it because we're not organized. Like, something can go from being really fun and being like our dream job, or like our dream opportunity, to being kind of like stressful and overwhelming, simply because we are not prepared, or because we're not organized, you know. So just to make your week run as smoothly as possible, just be organized. Sorry, just waiting for the messages to come through. I'm trying to clarify that Page of Wands, but it's like the cards don't want to come out. So the Temperance card is also here in reverse. So whenever you feel this sense of imbalance this week, I think that stopping and doing like a self-scan is going to be very beneficial for you. A lot of people don't stop throughout the day to really pay attention to their bodies and ask themselves, like, how do I feel right now? So I feel like doing a body scan at least twice a day is going to be helpful for you. Like, in the middle of the day, maybe during your lunch period, just kind of stop and just really feel your body. Like, sit into your body and just ask yourself, okay, what am I feeling right now? Kind of scan it from head to toe. Like, am I feeling any discomfort in my stomach, in my head? Do I need water? It's like really stopping and scanning your full body to figure out what it is that you need. And I think that'll be very helpful for you. Sometimes it can be difficult to actually take care of our bodies, and you'd be surprised at how many people don't live in their bodies, if that makes sense. A lot of us just kind of live in our heads, and our head is always in the clouds. A lot of us kind of space out a lot and dissociate a lot and just don't want to even deal with reality. So we're always in the clouds, and sometimes we can forget to take care of our bodies. So we need to do body scans as often as possible just to figure out what it is that our bodies need. Especially for those of you who've been having health complications, you may need to do this, and also may need to pay attention to your nutrition and your diet this week, especially the amount of hydration that you have. Make sure that you're staying hydrated, not just with water, but also with fruit whenever possible. So the Three of Pentacles, excuse me, is also here. I think that this week is not going to be a very good week in terms of collaborations. I really feel like people are just going to get on your nerves this week, especially like people at work. I just feel like they're really going to irritate you for some reason. The Three of Pentacles. Let me pull one more for that. Don't try to force it, you know. If people are not feeling, if people are giving you this energy of not wanting to be bothered, don't bother them. Because sometimes it can be tempting, like if someone's in a bad mood, we can be tempted to, you know, what's wrong? Are you okay? Can I do something to help? Or we can internalize their bad mood, like, oh, did I do something to them? And they're like, no, it's nothing you did. And in the back of your mind, you're still like, no, it's absolutely something I did. And I'm just feeling like this week, when they say it's nothing you did, take their word for it. Don't internalize their attitude. Don't try to fix their mood or cheer them up. Just kind of give them their space. And you may be requiring space too, so whenever you need space, make sure you let that be known that you need space, because you can need space and then not express it, and then someone can be really irritating you or on your nerves, and then you can snap on them because you didn't express that you need space. So make sure when you need space that you express that to whoever the person is. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of energy or a lot of emotions are going to be running high this week, so it's going to be easy to kind of get in your feelings or to just get really irritated by something that someone's doing. So be mindful and be careful of that. Whenever you need space or you need to break away from someone, take it, and also give people the space that they need. But I think that that's it. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you have a successful week, and I will see you guys for next week's reading.